Hello YouTube, hello YouTube, hello YouTube, hello YouTube, and welcome back to my channel.
Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so freaking good. So amazing.
Today I'm going to film a dieting hacks video for you guys. I've never been so happy. It's just such a freeing thing to be able to go eat out at restaurants and travel and do all these things that I used to be so scared of doing because I wanted such control. If you want help getting started with flexible dieting, you can email me right now, beatonfit@gmail.com, or check out my website linked below.
Brittany Dawn, once one of the top fitness influencers on Instagram, she helped women lose weight, fight their eating disorders, drink Starbucks, and smile while doing it, until thousands of women came forward to share they never received not one program from her, while Brittany racked in all the cash while she flew to Hawaii, attended eyelash appointments, and got more Starbucks.
That is really good.
Once exposed for her interesting business practices, she quickly pivoted her business practice and found the Lord. Okay, wait, sorry. The script got a little, okay, let me read that correctly. She realized that saying you found the Lord will manipulate religious people to say, God says forgive, therefore she is forgiven. Many people welcomed the past fitness influencer into the Christian community with open arms because why wouldn't they? It's the Christian thing to do. And Brittany Dawn knew that.
Stop for this 30-second prayer before bed. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, I thank you for the person on the other side of the screen.
Once there, she made herself at home very quickly and became the Jesus influencer we know and love today.
One of the most powerful prayers that I ever prayed while dating was this.
Hosting expensive Find Jesus retreats where she can baptize you for a price. And of course, spreading the word of God on TikTok. Unfortunately, Jesus couldn't protect Brittany from the state of Texas, who recently ordered Brittany Dawn Fitness, Brittany Dawn of Jesus, to pay $400,000 in deceptive trade lawsuit. And the Christian leader is finally speaking out about it and even has some words for all of the YouTubers, TikTokers, Instagrammers, anyone who ever covered her story in a video titled, Breaking My Silence, I Was Sued by the State of Texas. And I just have to watch it with the cutest people I know. You didn't think that you were cute? You don't think. Give me that face. Look at this cute face. Look at it. Look at the face. Okay, so now that I buttered up and slapped your butt cheeks a little bit, I have to butter them up a little bit more because you guys, I asked if you could hit the subscribe button to get me to 650,000K, and look, you guys delivered it to me on a silver platter with roasted hot Cheetos sprinkled with lemon. By the way, am I getting those? Soon. It helps me get through these segments. Not ready yet? Okay, got it. But you guys really helped me out and did your part. Thank you. I hope you guys know how grateful I am of that. Thank you so much. And if you would like me to keep buttering those butt cheeks and slapping them up a bit, please hit the subscribe button. Oh, and can you guys leave a comment? It really helps YouTube push the video out a bit more so then everybody can see what a wonderful person Brittany Dawn is. And I'm pretty sure we all want that. So don't worry, I know some of you guys are shy. It can be as easy as commenting something like this.
I don't want to be a big people anymore.
My next goal is to get to 700K, and obviously I can't do it without you. So thank you guys so much for hitting the subscribe button. And now, everyone, let's see what Miss B has to say about the state of Texas. So with her ass. I'm sorry. I'll behave in this video as long as I get my flaming hot Cheetos roasted with the lemon. Can I get? Okay, so the help is not up to par as it used to be. My God. Okay, let's just start.
I don't even know how to start.
Why does every YouTuber, like telling my story video, apology video, weird response type video start like this? Tears, tissue, and the whole, I don't know how to start this video because I swear it's not scripted. It's been 3 years. You know how to start this video that you've been brewing in your head for 3 years? And even if this was serious, edit that out. I know she's doing it for dramatic effect. I get it. I've been in drama class for 4 years in high school. We get taught the dramatic effects, but it's really not working and it's just a waste of time. It makes it seem like she's starring in a midday, badly scripted soap opera. So right from the beginning, it gives off, I'm trying to gain sympathy from the jump. I mean, she edits these videos. I do have to say though, first time the burly husband is included in one of these types of video. It's not what I asked for. I asked for another Brittany Dawn, I made a mistake, everybody please just forgive me, I'm really cute type video.
I'm sincerely sorry.
Watch, I'll play the whole thing.
Introduce yourself. Is that a side pun?
Yeah.
Okay. Rock it. Just go with it. You can do this.
That were a little bit, like in my mouth. Use your imagination to just pretend I threw up. But why am I throwing up? Because Brittany Dawn seems like she has a strategy. She's always kind of had a strategy, in my opinion. She's always seems like she's like scheming. How can I get people to follow me? Kind of like a business. The business that did really well, but then ended up failing because she got caught doing something illegal. Anyway, we all know that story. I am all for people changing, but I'm also very leery, suspicious, and constantly make this face at people that don't seem like they're changing. The way she scammed people, said it was a mistake, and then just pivoted so hard to be a TikTok Jesus warrior.
Oh, Mother Teresa, thank you, Lord, for a woman like Mother Teresa.
And then doing this, you know, charging people to dump their head underwater in the name of Jesus. It's a little too much for me to believe that this whole thing isn't some type of fabricated act.
I bind and rebuke every demonic presence in the name of Jesus and send you right back to the gates of—
Okay, but after a bunch of, you know, I had a breakdown.
Hello YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. In full transparency, I just had a breakdown.
Introducing her husband.
I have Jordan here.
Making sure everyone knows that she is not a robot and is in fact human.
At the end of the day, I'm human.
A lot of the whole, I tried filming this by myself, but I just couldn't. I needed my rock to sit next to me to get me through this as God intended.
I tried filming this on my own and I was a train wreck, so.
And a lot of odd laughter and ums.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm fidgeting, you guys. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
We finally got into it and Brittany Dawn was ready to tell her side of the story and take full accountability.
You guys probably know by the title of this video what this is about. I'm here today to give full context. First, to take full responsibility for where I went wrong, for the mistakes that were made, where I messed up.
Kind of. It was a very long video of I'm taking accountability, but it was also a mistake. Like it was just like an accident, a little oopsies. I kept taking people's money and it just kind of fell in my pocket.
I started a business when I was young and it blew up and became something that I never could have seen coming.
Type thing. I was thrown, you know, thrusted into this line of business with no choice, and I didn't know what I was doing.
Should I start at the beginning? Yeah.
Start at the beginning.
Why did you need to keep that in there?
Why did you have to look at him like a hopeless, I'm a broken woman in need of a husband to help me through this? Like, what, girl, stand there with the power of God. Own your sins before us and take your judgment from the YouTube God. Anyway, comments are turned off for obvious reasons because there's people like me who aren't so, you know, easily, you know, we don't look for or focus on all the good things, or we don't focus, how can I say this where we don't sound so like horrible. We aren't going to be like naive, and we are in fact suspicious of someone that constantly took somebody's money and then said, oopsie, not my fault, I didn't mean to. It's giving those people that cheat and they're like, it was a mistake. Like there's like about, I don't know how many steps there is to get from point A to point B. So because this video would get extremely long and I love to talk a lot, but I don't like to listen to Brittany Dawn very much, let me just break down all the important parts, some of the stupid parts, and a lot of the excuses, all for you. I know a lot of my watchers have ADHD like me and it's hard for us to focus, so I mean I'd rather one of us take one for the team rather than all of us, because all of us would be bored and waste our time.
Before I do that though, I do want to say that I am so sorry for anyone that was genuinely hurt by this.
So realistically, that's all she had to say. The video could have stopped right here, but it kept going. Let me break down quickly without all the realistic tears and sniffles. In the video, she says that she was working at a gym, which as someone who worked at the gym, you don't make a lot of money. If you are paying a trainer at a corporate gym, they are getting around $7, $8 per client, and the money coming out of their pocket is like $200, $300, $400 a month, while like the personal trainer isn't making that. So Brittany Dawn wasn't making a lot of money. She ended up posting online. All these people wanted to pay her for her time as to how she got there. She accepted the money and was making a lot of money, way more money than she ever did before, very quickly and very easily.
At this point, I'd been a personal trainer for quite some time. I was blessed to be under the umbrella of these personal trainers and this gym management, and they were just incredible, and I learned so much.
And she's a very stubborn person and doesn't like to ask for help. And as someone who absolutely hates asking for help, it kills me on the inside. My whole body internally just disintegrates to ask for help because I feel like I'm just a burden, and if I want to do, and I feel like I'm the only one that can do it, mixed in with if I'm going to do it wrong, I'd rather have all the blame on me rather than have a team, someone mess up, and then the blame's still on me, and then I'm like, wow, it was them. You know what I'm saying? Coming from someone like me, I understand why she wanted to do it all by herself. That was all great. She even said that she was being stupid.
And because of my arrogance and just being dumb, for lack of better words, and not letting my pride get the best of me and being prideful and not asking for help, things happened and things slipped through the cracks.
But then she brings us back to 2012 with a little story so that we can understand where she's coming from even more. She was just a lonely college student. She says she had no confidence, remembers all the cool girls being so bubbly, and just wanted to be like them. Everybody wanted to be friends with them, and she wanted that to be her. She explained she was always an athlete but never focused on aesthetics, just more on the sport and not the look. Then started to dedicate herself on the look, and she went through a whole journey, a complete transformation, if you will, in which she started posting her before and after pictures on social media, specifically this new app called Instagram. And you know, when someone sees a before and after picture, they got to know the secret.
Really didn't even look like my before picture, anything. Like, I looked like two different people, and that was also kind of when Instagram started. So I remember I had shared these photos on my Instagram just to be an inspiration. So I get flustered.
Take a breath.
Yeah.
How did it turn into a business?
Yeah, I mean, I was so passionate about all of it. I was passionate about seeing women reach their goals and feel confident in their own skin, and everything I had felt, I wanted other women to feel that.
Insane. So she might have really been, very passionate and wanted to see people succeed, but at the same time, I think if thousands of women were coming out and contacting her, a lot of women contacted her personally and said, hey, I never received my program, and then Brittany Dawn just left them on silent. And then only when everything comes out, you say, oh, whoops, oopsie, I was overwhelmed while I was in Hawaii and drinking Starbucks.
Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so freaking good.
It just doesn't seem sincere, right? Just stop selling programs. I take down my programs all the time when I'm feeling overwhelmed because I feel overwhelmed all the time. Y'all be emailing a lot, and it's hard to catch up unless I just scrap my stuff for like a few months.
I feel frazzled again.
Okay. What kind of growth did you see?
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted, I'll cut those little scenes off from now on, because I just wanted you guys to see what the whole video, majority of the video was like. Because occasionally I'll get one or two people, when I cut scenes out that are not important, they'll be like,
You took this out of context. I know you did.
no, all the things I cut out is usually long pauses, crying, ruffling tissues, and her husband's whispering sweet nothings of support in her ear.
Take a breath, baby. A lot of those good people who live for the Lord, they got to accept you, and then we can talk about our Jesus retreats and make more money since my officer career didn't work out.
I don't personally care about that stuff. I don't care about the sweet nothings. I don't even care about her husband. I never asked for a husband to be there. I wanted the Brittany Dawn experience. The husband's actually my least favorite character.
I mean, it became a six-figure business within the first year. Within 7 years, it surpassed, well over $1 million.
Well, right there, she should have no problem paying off that $400,000 because you racked in millions for years. This is chump change compared to that. So through the rest of the video, she gives a lot of background information that we already knew from past videos, people that covered her, news outlets, that wonderful apology that we saw.
I'm sincerely sorry for any harm that I've caused anyone.
Reinforced that she never meant to scam people. She didn't even mean to start a business. It just happened.
I was young. I was a pre-vet student, like animal science degree. I didn't know how to run a business. I didn't know anything about owning a business. Like, I never had an intention to run a business or own a business. I never could have seen that coming.
I wasn't aware that's how businesses start. I'm trying to start a few businesses right now and it's hard. It's apparently, for Brittany, it was just a snap of a finger. It's that easy. I personally thought there's at least like a little bit of paperwork involved. Maybe everyone else is doing it wrong. And Brittany Dawn did it right. I think, you know, what's the saying? What comes quick and easy is good. It's a very historical quote. At this point in the video, Brittany gets very emotional, too emotional actually, and her husband just has to take over.
So in 2019, there was a prank video that was put on YouTube.
So he started talking about the video when a creator heard about the many claims about Brittany Dawn not sending people their programs, or the fact that she would send people programs and they were all cookie cutter programs, but she was charging custom program prices.
Excuse me, I have a question.
Yeah.
You look familiar.
Yeah?
You look like you stole my daughter's money.
Are you kidding me?
I ain't kidding you. Yep, you took $200. Hey, this woman took $200 from my daughter.
20, those cookie cutter programs that she was cutting out and taking 5 seconds to send to each person it can cost up to $300. What?
Can I get my money back before I file a complaint on her? It ain't nothing with you, but
So this YouTube creator noticed that Brittany Dawn was at a fitness or the Fit Expo, and he decided to fly out and pose as a dad of a daughter who paid Brittany $300 for a program and they never received it. So he approached her at this fitness expo where she was dancing around and having fun selling fitnessy things. And when he approached her, he asked for an explanation, and Brittany Dawn said nothing.
the fact that she stole $200 from my daughter from her fitness plan, blocked her on Instagram. I'm gonna need you to step and while she hiding back there, she can't handle it. Well, I better get my money back. I want to talk to her.
Well, you're not going to talk to her.
Once Brittany in this recent video gets herself together, you know, she's got a rock there and everything, she says this was the time that she found Jesus at this very moment. It was a very, you know, it was a moment for her. It was a very historical moment. It's the moment that gave us the Jesus influencer today.
Has always taught me that if you don't know what to say in the heat of a moment, it's better to not say anything than to say something you'll regret. And now looking back, that's biblical. I wasn't living for Christ then, and that's my testimony, and that's gonna be the last video in this series.
Man, she is a business woman. She is making this a whole series when it could have literally just been a 2-minute short.
That came off as she's being silent because she's guilty, and the internet just completely manipulated that entire situation.
I dropped something off camera. I guess I'm not exactly fond of how she's saying, oh, they painted me wrong. They made me look like something I wasn't. As I can agree, it's very weird to approach, you know, YouTubers or anyone like that and bombard them. I personally would never approach anyone, any kind of YouTuber in public and like that I disagree with. But at the same time, she didn't give anyone their programs. This wasn't a matter of, oh, she has this opinion and now I'm gonna go bombard her and be like, you need to change your opinion to mine. This is you not giving people what they paid for and then running off to Hawaii to sit there in your bikini and super tan skin.
He was very abrasive. I mean, he humiliated me.
Wait, stop, DJ, hit the track.
We will leave his name unmentioned because, truth be told, he doesn't deserve any more notoriety than he's already gotten by just having my name in the title of his video.
So I ended up reading the comments before I watched the video, which I absolutely hate doing because I want to just take it in myself and come up with my own opinion. But I noticed before the comments were turned off, I saw many people saying, wow, she took accountability for about 30 seconds and then she decided to play the victim for the rest of the video. And I see what these commenters are saying, and I can also see why she took the comments off, because I don't think people took it well.
I think that the main thing that the video did that was unfair in this situation is the video perpetuated a false narrative that that Brittany was a scammer and that she was a fraud and defrauded people intentionally.
Okay, yeah, so they are going the I accidentally scammed route. They're sticking to it, so at least they're consistent. I do like that. Okay, good to know. I like how they're doing the whole, oh, he exposed me and I was frightened, even though what he exposed was rather true. We know that because why would there be a $400,000 thing going on? But anyway, then her husband says, I know more than anyone that this whole thing was investigated by the whole state of Texas, and there's absolutely no proof that she intentionally scammed people.
Know that I can speak on, probably better than Brittany can, is that this situation was investigated by the state of Texas. There was never any proof that she intentionally defrauded someone.
How do you prove that someone like Brittany intentionally scammed someone? Do they have to say it? Because I'm pretty sure she would absolutely never say, yes, definitely scammed people. Like, it just doesn't make, like, the wording is very interesting that he decided to say intentionally scam. Because no person in their right Jesus mind, especially in this community that she's in, is gonna say, oh yeah, I decided to scam all those women. It didn't start out that way. I just got overwhelmed and then decided to intentionally scam them because I'm lazy and I didn't feel like fulfilling all the orders. Also, she literally said that she got overwhelmed and just let her business flourish while she was overwhelmed and decided to unpack and relax in Hawaii with her Starbucks. But that was the basis of the whole video. Some of my favorite parts was when she had to make sure near the end to tell everyone how many people she actually did help, and you know, the people that still reach out to her and say that, like, Brittany Dawn, you helped me, you know, because that's her main drive when it comes to social media. She just wants to help the smaller people.
And I did help women. I had over 5,000 clients, over 50, was it 5,500, something like that? Yep. Over 5,500 clients that I helped.
And yes, she totally could have actually helped people. I mean, out of all the clients she had, I'm sure she helped many people. I've actually had people that were her clients comment on my videos and say, oh shoot, this is surprising because I had an excellent time following her program. And someone who works, you know, in the industry, is technically a service industry that you have to work with a whole bunch of different people. Not everyone's gonna be happy. We learned that from YouTube. When you share your opinion, not everyone's gonna be happy about it. When you go into some type of business or train with someone or experience a teacher, not everyone's gonna be happy. I've had my own, you know, situations where someone goes to my website, they purchase a thing and they say, well, I expected this. And I say, my website's clear. I'm not too sure what to tell you. And then there you go. There's a bad experience with me. So I totally get it. But according to her, she had over 5,000 clients, and thousands of those clients were coming forward saying they didn't receive anything or had the same program that Mary Sue Lou had, and they both ordered custom programs. I think it's a little understandable, you know, just a micro crumb that people are gonna be pissed and irritated and feel scammed. Also, does anyone get like just fake from this? I don't feel it. It could be because I've had so many people in my life use religion as just a whole, I changed. And they're so in your face about religion, but then you keep finding out that they're doing things, they're saying things that show that they aren't changing. It's giving that. It feels like a whole act. It feels like a character.
And I loved helping them. I actually had one the other day reach out to me and she was like, hey, I don't know if you remember me. And I was like, I do remember you. I do. It
just doesn't seem genuine. It seems like she's playing a character to me. And she did say that she wanted to be bubbly, happy, smiley, like those girls that she saw in college. So she decided to become one of those girls. That's literally her character online.
Hello YouTube, and welcome back to my channel.
Ooh, my other favorite part is near the end of the video when Brittany has some final words for all the people who have made videos about her, you know, the hardest part in her life, and talked about her, news outlets, YouTubers, TikTokers.
From this moment forward, I'm moving on. This is in my past. I have every right to move on. It's been almost 5 years. It'll be 5 years in January next year.
Yep, except for the 5-part, possible 6-part series on the topic.
I didn't scam anyone. I didn't fraud anyone. I'm not a scammer. I'm not a fraud. I'm not a grifter. And I'm done tolerating being called that by people online, by news headlines, by articles, by other YouTubers, by other people on TikTok who are really just ultimately chasing this story for clout.
I'm just a little curious as to what Brittany Dawn expects. This seems very manipulative, right? She was a fitness influencer. She was one of the top fitness influencers. She got caught doing something that wasn't too good. You know, she's like driving on a Monday morning with 7:30, 8 a.m. traffic. and decides to just chop that wheel. You know, like one side of the street's going this way, other side, she just chops it, that's intersection, fucking bulldozes through this area of traffic and then finds Jesus. That's how hard she just swerved this fitness influencer to Jesus influencer. Then decides to start a Jesus business, retreats where very vulnerable people can then find Jesus through her. Look at me, I was this person that was lost and now I am found by him, the Holy One. After that, she then gets sued by the state of Texas. It's kind of bringing the story to a close. So who wouldn't cover this story who's on YouTube, who makes money covering interesting stories? But anyway, she ends the video with some very powerful words.
I'm so proud of myself for the growth that I've encountered.
Wait, hold up. We need to slap some Jesus on it.
I have faced some hard things at 32 years old.
Praise him!
I would not be where I am. I wouldn't have made it through the fire without smelling like smoke if it wasn't for my relationship with the Lord. I'm unashamed to say that because the only reason I've made it to this point is because of Jesus.
How much more can she say about this whole situation? She says people are saying mean things about this whole thing, mean things about her and her family, you know, her husband, whatever. But she's going to make a 6-part series that she knows as commentary YouTubers are waiting in the corners of our offices for something to react to. Because there's literally nothing on the internet that we can talk about and we need the views from her. Girl, you put yourself and other people in an annoying situation that got taken care of by the state of Texas. And it would probably fizzle out pretty quick. Like if you don't want people to talk about you, keep doing the Jesus stuff. People noticed that you shifted. We all made our videos. We all had a good laugh and then we got bored. I think when searching, I think one person constantly covers Brittany Dawn and it doesn't even get that much traction. But you know what will get a lot of traction? A 6-part series of the fitness influencer who got sued by the state of Texas because she didn't provide her clients with the services to tons of people and then shifted and turned into a Jesus influencer.
Somebody said, what's your sign? I said, the cross. They said, you're a Virgo. I said, I'm a child of God.
And now she's making a 6-part series on it. Of course that's going to make people talk. But you know, Brittany is still smiling. She's still posting and talking to Jesus and he is telling her what to do with her podcast.
And I woke up this morning and I felt like the Lord said, instead of hosting this podcast interview on your page, I felt like the Lord said, I want you to share about how you've endured this season, how you have a smile on your face and the joy in your heart through these trials.
And yes, I'm sure Jesus loves conversing to influencers about their podcast and where they should post it. I don't know. I don't know what Jesus is saying to her. It's not my place to speak for the Lord and what he says in Brittany Dawn's head. But I am interested in the 5 to 6 part series that she'll be putting on YouTube. Will there be Starbucks recipes? Or is she going to sue every single YouTuber that ever talked about this public case? I guess we will find out. 6 parts. That's a lot. Anyway, thank you for being here. I'm not very religious, but I will say a prayer really quick. Dear Sky Daddy, please let my assistant bring me a plate of roasted hot Cheetos with sprinkled lemon on top and not let my acid reflux take my ass out. Oh, and Jesus, can you force people to hit the subscribe button? Okay, you don't do that, but he does. Even better.
Subscribe now or I will drag you down to the pits of hell and you will burn for all eternity while I laugh.
Woo, okay, anyway, thank you for being here and make sure you guys eat some hot Cheetos for me. In my name, in my honor. Come here, yeah, you know. All right, bye.
Wake up, honey, I made you breakfast. Fresh coffee and bagels too. A new day is waiting for us. We got lots of fun stuff to do. Let's go to the zoo and feed the monkeys. I can lend them your baseball cap. Let's make the day a barrel of fun. Growing up is just a trap.